All right, shalom, Israel. Sorry about that technical difficulties. We had to do another stream. We're gonna get back like we left off. We left off with the pronominal suffixes because before we mentioned it was independent. Now these are not independent, meaning what they goes around. They go on a noun or they go on the end of a word, right? Typically a noun, right? So we broke down. We have right here ya, which is for my or me, ka or yak, or wa or your wa for his or him, ka or yak for your, you, her. Same thing as his and him, but you don't have no his and him for her. You just have her or her, right? It's or it, which is ha. You have that, ya ha, our, right? Our is nawa, your nawa, your, you, come, your con, con, your con. Not to get messed up with con as in con like yes, but this is a suffix con. There and them, which is ham and han. You had the ya in front of it for ya. Yaham, yahan. We're going to break down right now why we use the ya in front of it majority for the type 2 translation. So I'm going to have to erase all this. Right, hopefully you have it written down already, but we're going to erase all this, what's in here, right? So, all right. So, for example, today we're going to use the word horse in the Hebrew to break this down. So, luckily my black marker had left it open, so it went dry. We're going to use horse today, right? Remember we did the 12 tribe breakdown. 12 tribe breakdown of the symbol they use, right? So we know Reuben use a horse. So you have Sawas. All right, Reuben is the oldest son. So it's a horse. All right, Sawas. So now we're finna break down the same that we broke out with my and the suffix. We're finna do it now with the word Sawas. So if I want to say my horse, my horse, right? If I want to say my horse, it'd be what? So this is how we're gonna break it down. My horse. All right. Remember what we had. So type 1 was what? Type 1 was ya. So how are we gonna do my horse? We're gonna have sawas, right? So we're gonna write this in Hebrew first. Let me break it down right here. So we're gonna write. So we got sawas. What? Sawas, ya. Write that in Hebrew, right? We have sa, right? Sa. We got wa. We got sa again. All right. Then we got what? Ya. So was ya, which is my horse. So now we have type 2, which is basically plural of that noun. So my horse is. Hold up. So like yeah. My horse is, right? So when you have more than one horse, my horse is, right? How would you write that? Remember we said that it's the exact same thing for the first person singular, right? Type 2 is horses. That's what type 2 will always be. Horses down here, right? So down here, type 1 would be horse. We use horse and horses, right? Now, how would I do this? Same thing. It uses the same exact thing. Sawas, yeah. Wrote the exact same way. Now this is where it start getting. I'm going to spread this out. Okay, second person singular we said was what? Your, right? And for your, we had ka, right? And ka was the same thing for, what do you call it? So now I want to say your horse, your horses, right? So now this is when we start being able to see this type 2 come into play. So now what we know that this is ka, right? So what we're gonna do, we always have this up here, right? So now I'm just gonna write it in Hebrew, right? So all right, we had ka, right? Sawaska, right? Sawaska, which is what? Your horse. So now how do we do your horses? Well, we got to keep the sawas, right? The sawas. But remember we said we put the ya in front of the ka, right? So now we have, I'm going to write this one out just to let you know. Sawas, right? Sawas, ya, sawas yak. Why? Because that K at the end is for the ending character, right? Ka, right? Sawaska, sawas yak, right? Same thing, but you see how it's meaning that you have multiple horses, right? So if I was to write this in Hebrew, it'd be something like this. All right. Then we have the ya, and we have the ka. No, I'm Salaki. I was writing Syrian, right? So watch your cars. All right. All right. Now, same thing for everything else. Remember, we're gonna keep doing horse. So now we got his and her, right? So now we're gonna do his horse, his horses, right? Which is wa and ha, right? So what do we add at the end of it? Wa. So right here. Then we add a wa. The wa is for what? His. We can jump down to her, which is ha, right? So boom, same thing. So was, which is horse, right? Then we just use a what? We're going to use a ha. Why? Because at the beginning we broke down that these are the suffixes. These are the suffixes. Ya, ka, wa, and ha. All right? Now, let me make this with some more space. Just write this like this. All right. Now we got right here, which is his, which is wa, right? So we have sa, was. We're going to have the ya. We got the what? Ya and the wa. So was your wa. So was your wa. So that's when I say that I know so was. Okay, your wa. I know the suffix wa. Okay, the suffix was his. The ya in front of it means he must have multiple horses. So it's his horses. Right? Now, if it was by no wa, no ya, I'm like, well, it means his horse. How do I know? Because I know the root word is horse, which is sawas. Sawas. It has an ending of it, and the ending has to be something, right? It would say ya at the end. I know it's what? What do I know if it's ya at the end? It is my, means my, right? So it's my horse. Right? So you read this, you will see this in the scriptures if it's two people talking. Why? Because the scriptures is not written from a main character point of view, it's written from different perspective, like an account of things, right? And David did this, and he went up there and there. And then so it said, and David said to Saul, my this. So that's how you will see my, right? If somebody is quoted the way somebody said something, right? Or especially like, oh, that's in the whole New Testament, but of course it reads down. You see my when it's quoting somebody, right? Or like Paul writings, or like in the New Testament, or just some brothers, what I'm saying, like Nehemiah, different things when it's first point of view, but like Chronicles and Kings, stuff like that of the history, it's not gonna really seem like that, right? All right. Same thing right here. It's always gonna be the same thing, man, right? Now instead of the thing, we're gonna put so we got sawas, yeah, ha, right? Yeah, ha, yeah, sawas, yeah, all right, yeah. All right, that's how we got right there. We're gonna finish these out and we'll be done. Very simple. So when we start using different words, right? So we could use different words. So now that's his and that's her. So if I want to do what's the next one we want to do? Our home, our home. All right, we know that the end of this is nawa. So what's this? This is bayat, right? So bayat, nawa, right? Bayat, nawa. Bayat, nawa, right? What is the nawa? Right here is the nawa, which is our. Home is bayat, right? Bayat. So if I want to do this one and over here, what would I do? Same thing. Just add the ya in front of the nawa. You want to add the ya in front of the yawa. So I'm gonna have bayat, right? Ya, nawa. See? Bayat nawa. This one is our house. This one is our home. This one our homes. Our houses, we have multiple houses, right? Possessive, right? We got down there. All right, so what's next? We did our, so we know we got what's next. We basically have two left, but it has different masculine and feminine. So we have your and their, right? So we can do the same one with baya, just to switch it up. So we know your is what? What is your? Earlier we said your is what? Calm, right? So what we're gonna have right here is all this. We're gonna have. I'm gonna write like this. So we're gonna have when I say calm, right? Boom. Right? Down here. Khan. What is for there? Ham and Han, right? Not ham. The hand is ham. keep the same pronunciations, right? All right, and you just add the bayah down there. So I have bayah, nawa, bayah, kam, bayah, kan, bayah, ham, bayah, han. Right? This is your, or like you all, your, right? And these down here are their. Theirs. Second person, I'm talking to you. Third person, I'm talking about them. Right? Now, how do we do that? Take a guess and we'll be done. We're going to just add the ya in front of it. That's exactly it. So we're going to have boom. We're going to keep that ya, right? So we're going to have this right here. You're going to keep this right here. That's the bayah, right? Down here. And all these is going to be what we have right here. Right? So that's bayah nawa, then what we have. We're going to have the ya. Then we're going to have that right there. It's the ka and the ma. Right? Then what? The ka and the na. Same ya in front of that. The ka and the na. Right? Same thing. The ha and the ma. The ha and the na. And that's pretty much it, man. That is pronominal suffixes. Of course, we will go deeper later. That is the first step from understanding, right? Type 1 and type 2. Basically, even start talking, reply to people with what we just learned today. We know that we have horse. Hey, you would say, hey, who horse is that? What would you say that? Who horse is that? You could say our horse, right? Our horse. We use bayah now for our home, but our horse would be sawas nawa. Whose horses are those? I could say our horses, right? I would say sawas yanawa. I put the ya in front of the nawa because the ya is what you put in for ya equals noun. That right there. And you can put any questions you have in the chat, and then your questions we will start next week answering everybody's questions next week. We'll go over that at the beginning of the class, right? And with that, I'm gonna give a curse to the brothers. Y'all by Shem Yashai Baraka Thumb. Curse salute to the sisters. Yahweh Shema Atan by Shem Yashai. That's it.